So, we all love our cats, right? They're family. And it's just so natural to want to show them love the same way we'd show a person, with hugs and cuddles and kisses. But what if I told you that our very human way of saying I love you might be getting, well, completely lost in translation? Okay, let's get into it.
And this can be a tough question to ask yourself, but it's a really important one. That big, warm hug that feels so comforting to us, to a cat, who's a small animal that's both predator and prey, it can actually feel like being trapped. And the signs they give us that they're not happy are often super, super subtle.
And really, this is the heart of it all. Kissing and hugging, that's just not how they're wired. Cats have a completely different social rule book. So to build that amazing, trusting bond we all want, we kind of have to stop speaking human at them and start learning to speak cat with them.
So, first things first. Before we can show love the right way, we have to get good at spotting when our affection isn't landing well. You can think of it as learning a little bit of feline etiquette.
Okay, now what's so fascinating here is just how quiet these signals can be. I mean, a cat shrinking away, that's kind of obvious. But what about when you go to pet them and they suddenly start grooming themselves like crazy? That's not them just feeling dirty. It's what's called a displacement behavior, a sign they're feeling stressed or conflicted. And that tail, if it's flicking back and forth really sharply, that's not a happy wag like a dog. That's irritation. You really want to watch their eyes and ears, too. If their pupils go wide or their ears flatten back, they're basically shouting, "I need some space." All right, so if we can't just scoop them up for a big hug, what's the alternative? It's not about loving them less, not at all. It's about loving them smarter. We just have to learn their love language.
Okay, this is the fun part. Let's crack the code. We're about to dive into how cats actually show trust, comfort, and that deep connection we're all looking for.
This is the big one. The slow blink is the real deal. It is a true cat kiss. Think about it from an animal's perspective. Closing your eyes in front of someone else is the ultimate act of vulnerability. So when your cat looks right at you and gives you that slow, deliberate blink, they're saying, "I trust you so much, I can let my guard down." And the best part? You can do it right back to them. Try it. And there are so many other ways they say it. That little headbutt or bunt they give you, they have scent glands in their cheeks, and they're literally marking you as theirs, as part of their family. And kneading or making biscuits, that's something they did as kittens to get milk from their mom. So when they do it on you, it's a sign of pure comfort and contentment. And maybe the biggest sign of love you can give them is simply respecting their choice to come to you.
Okay, I get it. We know cats don't really understand kisses, but come on, a quick peck on the lips can't really hurt, can it? I mean, what's the big deal? Well, this is where our conversation takes a much more serious turn.
Yeah, this isn't just about your cat's emotional comfort anymore. We have to talk about a very real and surprisingly common health risk that comes along with that seemingly innocent kiss.
Here's the massive disconnect. We see a simple act of love, but what's happening on a microbiological level is that we're creating a perfect bridge for zoonotic bacteria. That's just a scientific term for germs that could pass from an animal to a person. And a cat's mouth, well, it just isn't as clean as we'd like to imagine. Now get ready for this number, because it's a big one. According to research that's been cited by the CDC, up to 90%, that's 90, of all domestic cats carry a bacterium in their mouths called Pasteurella multicida. And the thing is, they can carry it and be perfectly healthy, showing no signs of illness at all.
And that is exactly why you'll see veterinary sources being so direct, so blunt about this. While getting a serious infection from a cat kiss is pretty rare for a healthy adult, the bacteria can cause some really nasty problems if it gets into your system. So kissing them on the mouth is just an unnecessary risk.
So, who needs to be the most careful? Well, the risk of a serious infection goes way up for these more vulnerable groups. For them, a transfer of bacteria like Pasteurella could lead to some really serious health issues. Look, this isn't about being afraid of your pet. It's just about being smart and protecting everyone in your family. Okay, deep breath. We've talked about what not to do, so let's bring it all together and build a new game plan, a safer and honestly a much more meaningful way to show our cats just how much we adore them. This is basically your new playbook. It's super simple. Trade those risky kisses for those meaningful, slow blinks. Instead of forcing a cuddle, just create a warm, inviting space and let them come to you for a good chin scratch. They love that. And turn playtime into a daily bonding ritual. Oh, and it's also really important to never, ever let your cat lick an open cut or wound on you, because that's a direct doorway for bacteria.
You know, when you really boil it all down, it comes back to this one simple idea. The deepest, most powerful affection we can show any creature isn't about forcing our ways on them. It's about showing them the respect of taking the time to learn their language, to understand their boundaries, and to love them in a way they can truly feel and appreciate.
By making these small little changes, you're not just being safer, you're opening up a whole new channel for communication. You're not just their owner anymore, you're becoming a true, trusted partner. So start paying close attention, because your cat has a whole lot to say.